Troy.
Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Cook has it left side.
Okay.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, shit.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now the first carry from Dalvin Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll look to throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They're going to look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll drop to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Yes, sir.
Picked off by
Give me
Jeff
that.
Heath. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hey, 47, 47, 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run. Sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
47.
Back.
47. 26.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson of the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I like it.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Huh? Where? What? I don't know.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, 46, 46. Hey, we're going right there, we're going right there. Here we go, get back, let's go, get out, get out.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Swing to the field, right, to the right. Here we go, 47.
I'm back.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, let's finish now. Here we go, 47. 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. It got his man complete. The 30, 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
I got the broadcast up.
Plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Nah, he said he'd be back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I put the broadcast in the group there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his pass incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Oh, yeah. Hey, LeBron ain't none of them playing, bro. They all out.
I saw Rajon Rondo in there a minute ago, and there he is right there.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. 30, the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One thing I didn't check.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Who I am.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
He didn't hold that time.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award.
Yeah, he said he went to see what
to get it done a second time.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Disturbia or somebody.
Oh.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out.
Oh, you play the new Vikings.
Yeah. I need to drop in.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, I got good receivers. They're fast. I can get it down to them. Give me a good running back, power back.
46. 26.
Let's see if they'll let me look at the scouting points now. Yeah.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. A dump off to Elliott. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to thank all the guys that take the field each and every week. That's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
And their running backs are like all late 3rd.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm a little fucking undrafted ones down here.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! On
2nd down, Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he
He's
gets
probably over
into
there
enemy
asking
territory.
Disturbia about
They
my
give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Yeah.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Ah.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Come
But
in.
a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage
Losing
on
the
2nd
second
down.
season right now, right?
The Vikings on 3rd down.
Yeah.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And now a
He said he
timeout
used the
called by
computer
the
generated,
Cowboys
but these
defense.
guys.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Yes, I'm gonna help. What? What? Boy, crazy as a bed bug. The Spurs, are they winning?
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And out now come the Cowboys. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with Jackson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I thought you was on. Hand me the French fries.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
Prescott from the gun. And Davis with it left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
46.
Prescott on first down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 180. 26. Here we go. 46. Done. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 46. 46. 26. 26.
Prescott to throw this time. And that is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, 47.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
So we're going to 54. Line 8. Here we go, 47. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Gun. Gun. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And now out comes Minnesota. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Watch it now, Barney.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On the ground, this is Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Prescott now on 2nd down. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We're going 47, 47.
A 1st down carry for Smith. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go. 47, 47.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll give to Elliott. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board. And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it left side. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On the carry, it's Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. They knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Get out. It's coming now. We're going to 53. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
We're going to 54.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he stopped immediately there. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They come out here in the eye.
We'll go 47.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A good pickup there of 20 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Now a run with Cook, and he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
47. Under 10. 26.
Here's Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here you go. Gun.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Austin. Intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Pick on somebody
Picked
else.
off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
I'm gonna head over and play some balance. I'll be back.
On the run, this is Jackson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They run again with Jackson. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. What do you think? Hey, check 24. Watch 24. What do you think?
The give is to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here we go. 47. 47.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
What do you think? Check. Watch the safety creep. Here you go. Coming to you. Here we go, 47. I got him. 26.
Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Stays on his feet. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On the ground, it's Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer.
And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
We're going right there. Here you go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Oh, twisting away. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Right. To the right. Here we go. Get out. Let's go. Get out. Hey, swing.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Here we go. 47. Here you go. Hey. 4 down. Here we go. Go ahead. 26.
And they'll go on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. 46.
Throwing here, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hustle. Here we go. 47. Here we go. 46. Right there. 54 Mike. Here we go. 46. Mike's by 4. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Now he's forced out right. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this belongs to the Vikings.
And that's the down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.